Hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today's yoga class is going to be a super short but sweet 15-minute yoga class that will incorporate heat and twisting to help detox the body. You can expect a little bit of pranayama in the beginning that moves us into some floor work that's going to use the core just again to build that heat. We'll work our way up into some standing postures and do some twisting just to really wring out our insides and make us feel brand new. So grab a mat, definitely get some water, and let's get started. Let's start seated on the mat. You can have your legs crossed like so, have your knees out wide, bring your palms to your knees, roll the shoulders down the back, lengthen the back of the neck, drop the chin into the chest, and let's go ahead and start taking some deep breaths in through the nostrils and out through the nostrils. Go ahead and seal your lips if you haven't already. Let's start to deepen even more in through the nostrils. Exhale. One more time. Really draw the breath in very long and intentionally. Inhale. Exhale. All right, this time we're going to move into Ujjayi breath. So lift your tongue up to the roof of your mouth so you're sealing off the back of your throat. And again, let's inhale through the nostril, but this time you'll hear a deeper oceanic sound in the back of your throat like this. And exhale, same way. Now try to maintain, as you're inhaling and exhaling and continuing this practice, try to maintain that core control. So keep bringing that navel back in towards the spine. Keep the shoulders locked where they are so that your core is stable and most of the work is coming from the chest and inside the abdomen. So let's take a deep inhale. Exhale. And the reason I say this is that you want to feel this expansion through the chest as you're breathing in Ujjayi breath, but you want to also keep your core controlled here so you're starting to build that internal heat. Ujjayi breath is really great as a detoxifying breath, and it also helps to sort of permeate the muscles and bring that oxygen into that deeper layer of tissue. So really important here to maintain that core control. One more together. Inhale and exhale. Now on our next inhale, we're going to lift our palms up so they matching our inhale, our palms touch at the top of that inhale. And on the exhale, we're gonna go left hand forward, right hand goes behind the back as you twist over the right shoulder. Few things to note here. If your left knee starts to pick up, bring it back down to the mat. Keep those shoulders lifting up towards the ceiling, navel into the spine, shoulders nice and broad. Keep that neck long as you turn over the right shoulder, twisting from the core here. Inhale, back to center, palms touch overhead. Exhale, right hand comes forward, left hand goes behind the back, twist over the left shoulder this time. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist right. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist left. Let's pick it up a little bit. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Maintain that Ujjayi breath. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, center. Exhale, drop the hands down to your knees. Let's go ahead and come onto our fours. Hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips. And go ahead and sink the hips back, coming into child's pose, Balasana. Reach the fingertips forward, lengthening through the arms. Even widen the knees a little bit if you need to so that your hips have more space to come down to the mat. And drop the forehead, breathe easy. Let's go ahead and walk the hands over to the right side of the mat. Stack your left hand on top of the right. And take a gentle twist over to the right side. Feel the lengthening through the left side body. Come back to center. And this time let's walk the hands over to the left. Sorry about that siren. I'm not going to edit that out. It is what it is. Stack your right hand over the left and lean over to the left hand side. Feel the lengthening through the right side body. Come back to center. Let's come back up into tabletop. Now on our inhale, let's float the right hand up to the ceiling, gazing up in the direction of your hand. Really lengthen your arm here. Imagine that your fingertips are being pulled up to the ceiling. And on the exhale, let's go ahead and thread the right hand underneath the left, through the armpit, coming down to rest on our right shoulder. Extend the left hand long out in front of you for thread the needle. Keep breathing here. Try to maintain that core control. Keep pulling that navel into the spine here so you're getting as much of a twist as you can. Protect that lower back. Anytime you're in a twist, your lower back is compromised, so that's why it's extra important to make sure you're engaging all of your abdominal muscles and protecting yourself. If you'd like, you can reach that left hand up above you and then drop it behind the back for a half bind. Keep pulling that shoulder back behind you. One more breath. Reach the hand back, come back into tabletop. This time let's inhale, float the left hand high. Exhale, reach the left hand under the right, drop down to your left shoulder, reach that right hand up if you like here. You have that option to take the half bind by reaching the hand behind the back. Keep breathing for 2 more breaths. One more. Go ahead and unravel yourself, come back to tabletop. Go ahead, come up onto your toes and push those hips back. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Take a moment, pedal out those feet one at a time. Push out through your hands. Gaze towards the knees. Let's go ahead and bend those knees and gently walk the feet up to the top of the mat. Grab opposite elbows, hang here for just a moment. Swing side to side, maybe forwards and backwards. Release the hands, keep those knees bent as you lift the arms up, coming into chair pose, Utkatasana. So a few things here. Really press the soles of your feet into the mat and then pull the feet away from each other so you're lighting up through the glutes and the thigh muscles here, firming up your balance. Try to tuck the tailbone in slightly so you're not overarching the lower back. Pull the belly button in and reach those fingertips nice and high, lengthening through the arms. Now, on the end of your inhale, let's bring the palms together, and on the exhale, bring the hands through the chest. Let's hook the left elbow behind the right knee and twist over our right shoulder. So again, it might, just like before, your left knee might creep forward. Go ahead and pull that knee back and twist from your core instead, just like we did with our seated twist in the beginning. Really push your knee into your elbow and your elbow into your knee on the right side. And gaze over the right shoulder. Keep that core engaged. Try to twist from the waist up. Inhale, back to center, reach those hands up. Exhale, this time let's hook the right elbow behind the left knee and check for that right knee. Make sure it's not creeping forward. Go ahead and twist over the left shoulder. Belly button into the spine, both feet firmly planted into the mat. Inhale, lift the hands up. Exhale, drop the hands back down. From here, step both feet back to plank position or to downward facing dog. We're not doing too much of a flow today in terms of traditional vinyasa, but we're gonna get you into some crescent twists. So on the inhale, lift your right leg nice and high, kick that heel up. Exhale, step the foot up for low lunge. From here, inhale, rise up, coming to crescent lunge. So keep that back heel lifted, bend deeply over the right knee. Keep your hips square to the front of the mat, lift up through those fingertips and roll the shoulders down the spine. Last thing, pull that belly button back in, tuck that tailbone so your lower back is engaged. On the exhale, let's go ahead and open your arms out to the right, so twisting over the right side. Have your hands out to the front and back of the mat, palms open, and try to keep pulling your thighs in towards each other, in towards your midline to maintain your balance here as you're twisting and testing that balance. One more breath here. Inhale. Exhale. On this last inhale, let's drop the right hand to the back leg, Lift that left hand up into the air. Your gaze can follow if you feel stable. And exhale, let's cartwheel the hands back down to the mat for low lunge. Inhale, step the right foot back. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, let's lift that left leg high this time, kick that heel up. Exhale, step the left foot forward, coming into low lunge. From here, inhale, firm up the feet, lift the hands up, coming into crescent lunge. Again, push back through your right heel, sink deeply into your left knee, tuck that tailbone to engage your core. Inhale, lift up through those fingertips, find length in the arms. Exhale, let's open the hands out to the front and back of the mat, twisting over your left side this time. Pull your thighs in towards each other so that you're really solidifying your center of gravity here, and you're giving yourself a little bit more room to play and move in this twist. Think about all the things you can do in your body to maintain that balance. So you're pulling the thighs in towards each other so that your legs aren't pulling you in different directions. You're engaging your core and your lower back, so really your core all around, to make sure that you're solid here and that anything else that's happening with your limbs won't throw you off balance. And finally, if you reach those fingertips in opposite directions, you're also giving yourself a bit of stability, almost like you're holding two strings on either side. All right, on this inhale, let's go ahead and drop the left hand back, right hand reaches up and overhead. Exhale, let's cartwheel those hands down to the mat. Inhale, step back. Exhale, downward facing dog. From here, let's inhale, lift that right leg high. Exhale, bend the knee. Go ahead and bring it forward. Lay your shin down at the top of the mat, preparing for pigeon pose. Your shin does not need to be parallel to the top of the mat, so really pay attention here and find the angle for your shin that makes your hips feel level and comfortable. You don't want one hip picking up more than the other. So just take notice of how your left hip is doing. If it feels like it's rising too much, you might want to bring your ankle a bit closer into the body so that there's less strain on the hips. Check behind you that your left leg is parallel to the mat, and you can stay right here in active pigeon if you like. This is great. If you'd like to feel more sensation in the hips, then you can come down to your forearms or even your forehead, and let's hold here for 2 more breaths. One more here. Inhale. Re-engage that Ujjayi breath if you lost it along the way. Always happens to me, so just whenever you remember, bring it back into the body. And exhale. All right, let's go ahead and bring ourselves back to active pigeon from wherever you were. Come back to downward facing dog. Inhale, let's lift that left leg high. Exhale, bend the knee. Let's go ahead and drop that shin forward for pigeon on the other side. Again, take stock of how your hips are feeling, if they're level, if they're centered. Find a variation of pigeon that feels comfortable for you. Check behind you that your right leg is extended out long. And you can stay right here, or if you want more sensation in the hips, once again, you can come down to the forearms. Let's hold here for 2 breaths. All right, from wherever you are, let's come back to active pigeon. Push up into downward facing dog for just a moment. Let's go ahead and drop the knees, come down to child's pose. Walk your hands back so that you're sitting upright. Cross your legs underneath you. Go ahead and extend the legs out long for Dandasana staff pose. So extend your legs out nice and long. Flex your feet so that your toes are sort of slightly pointing back towards you. Sit up nice and tall. You can have your hands at your sides here if you like. Inhale, reach the hands up, finding length in the spine. Exhale, start to reach forward through the fingertips. Don't start to curve your spine just yet. Focus on reaching the fingertips forward. You can even bend the knees here if that's better for you. And exhale, drape yourself over your legs and just breathe. From here, let's go ahead and bring that right foot closer into the body, so bend the right knee. And you can go ahead and cross that over your other leg if you like, but it's not necessary. And I like to do this variation of Matsyendrasana, or the fish's pose, by hooking my left arm around my knee. I just feel a bit more secure that way. And then twisting over the right shoulder. Another option you have is to hook your elbow, like we did in the beginning, behind the knee. And that way you have a little bit more traction, but I just like to feel more compressed. So depending on if you want a deeper twist or a little bit more compression in the midline of the body, choose which variation feels good. Gaze over the right shoulder. Light pressure on the fingertips in the back. You want most of the work to be coming from your core. So keeping the core pulled into the body is gonna keep you upright as you twist. Let's go ahead and unravel ourselves and switch out our legs. So extend your right leg back out long and bring your left knee in. You can cross it over if you like. Let's hook or compress, whatever feels good, and twist over our left shoulder. Keep the length in your neck, chin slightly tucked in towards the chest. Gaze over that left shoulder. Let's go ahead and unravel ourselves. Scoot yourself forward just a bit, extend your legs. Reach the hands forward and gently roll your back down onto the mat, one vertebrae at a time, coming into Savasana corpse pose. So we've done a lot of twisting and a lot of core work today, so really luxuriate here in Savasana. Stay as long as you'd like to. Take that time to breathe deeply into the belly. You can let go of that Ujjayi breath and just breathe naturally, however it feels like it's coming to you in the moment. And when you're ready, you can go ahead and roll over onto your side, push yourself up to a seat. And that concludes our practice for today. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.